What's up, guys? Welcome to the new 2 AR MR2 progress video series thing, I guess you could call it. Get the strap out of the way. As you can see here, I have ditched the 2GR for a 2AR. That's stuck there. But yeah, excuse the mess here. I had an absolute freaking battle putting the S54 on. I'm all like shaky and shit. That was a pain in the ass, but it's all good. So anyways, 2AR. So as some of you who have been following the build know, that I've ditched the 2GR, and the main reason is it's because I got state refed. I don't have the ticket with me right now, but basically what a state ref is in California, for those who don't know, a state ref ticket basically is like a very, very complex fix-it ticket. And so basically I got dinged for an exhaust, like a loud exhaust, and a intake. Oddly enough, they did not ding me for the engine swap, but you know, either way I would have gotten the same violations. So obviously if you have like a stock car or something, you would, if you have the intake and exhaust, you would just change those back to the stock items. You go to the state referee and they would, you know, check it off and everything. But even if I did that with the 2GR, on the 2GR is not the stock motor. So regardless of what I did, I would have never passed the referee inspection and stuff. And so I would either have to go fully back to like a stock 5S, which I don't really want to do, or actually, well, there's another option. The other option is I think you can like pay the fees and then like nothing ever happened or whatever, and then you can kind of keep rolling. But I don't really want to deal with this referee ticket shit that much, so this is my solution. So the 2AR, in California you have the you have BAR, which is the Bureau of Automotive Regulation, I think it's called, and they set all the automotive standards and all the smog stuff or whatever, or they're involved with it at least, and they have a rule book, or at least they have the rule book for the smog stuff, but at the very bottom they have a rule section for engine swaps. And so if you follow those rules and you check everything off, you can get a engine swap legalized, and it'll basically be fully street legal, and you can go smog it like normal and everything like that. And so that's what the plan is for this. I want to get this 2AR barred, is the phrase, I guess. I'm going to get this barred 2AR. You can technically do it with the 2GR, although it costs a lot more. And the 2AR, I guess, is, I mean, in that regard, the cost of stuff, it's much cheaper and everything, so it's just easier for me. As much as I'll miss the 2GR, you know, running the stock 2GR, like headers and stuff like that, it'll really kind of like kill the sound that really gives it that like classic MR2 2GR sound. So, you know, I wouldn't really want to be driving around like a handicapped 2GR around or whatever. But yeah, that's why I'm going with the 2AR. Yeah, 2AR was cheaper. I think I've parted out all the V6 stuff already, and going to the 2AR, like after everything's done theoretically and planning and all the planning stuff, I should have made profit, I guess, going with a 2AR, which is kind of cool. But you know, anyways, that's like build money shit that nobody really wants to talk about. So yeah, I got this 2AR. It is a Scion TC 2.5 2014 motor. It's got like 120,000 miles on it. Like I said, I just finished mating the S54 to it. With the 2GR stuff, you can use the same clutch, different flywheel. You can still use I have the 1GR AC compressor over there. That still works. The TCS AC lines, I'm not sure if anybody's tried those yet. I will be trying those. It should place the AC comp in roughly the same location. So, yeah. Trying to think what else I can talk about, really. Trying to keep this video sort of short. Yeah, I mean, the whole state ref thing that like happened about like 3-ish weeks ago now. And so I think within like 2 or 3 days, we kind of had joked, me and my buddies or whatever, the people on Frankenstein Motorworks Discord, they kind of sort of brought up the idea of legalizing a 2AR. And so I kind of realized that the goal of this car is really just to kind of have like a really nice like street car and have it be like dailyable, as I call it. You know, just be like comfortable. I'm not like, if I'm near a cop, I'm not like shitting myself, you know, worried if I'm gonna get pulled over or whatever, you know, and getting like the hood popped and all that. So I don't really want to deal with that. So going to the bar legal 2AR, will kind of solve that issue. I mean, it will be slower. It won't sound as cool, but I think it'll be very cool in its kind of like own way. If assuming I can go through the process and I'm successful at it. I have an appointment with a oh shit. I have an appointment with a bar referee soon, so I'll be kind of going over with the whole swap details and stuff with him, and then yeah, assuming everything goes well and all that, I'm sure I'll make a build thread on MR2 OC to kind of talk about the process and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, it was cool getting 2AR. 2GR stuff sold very quickly. Thank you for those who have bought those parts. You basically funded this whole 2AR thing, so I can kind of get this ball rolling as soon as possible. Basically, the plan for this, the timeline wise, I guess, is I want to have this whole thing done by like May or June. The court date for my state ref ticket is like the beginning of June, but I believe I can extend that. So it's not too big of an issue, but it would be really, really cool to get this thing like barred and like street legal and like ready to go in like May or something. That'd be freaking sweet. Because for those who've been following the build for like a while, I had the 2GR stuff, which I had put the 2GR in this car about a year ago around this time, like February, March, I think. And I had started like the wiring and all that. I will be making a custom wiring harness for this thing. I will not be making like headers or anything like that. All that stuff has to be stock TC, Scion TC parts, part of the rule book and all that with the bar stuff. So that'll save a fuck ton of time not making headers and a mid pipe and all this stuff. I can use like the stock manifold. I have that coming in. The mid pipe, I believe, bolts up without modification. I'd only have to modify the catalytic converter mid pipe on the TC or whatever that's called. The I don't know why I quoted it. It is like the cat mid pipe thing, anyways. That can like be bolted up, and you have to like clock the cat sideways or something like that. I don't know. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out. You guys will see it. But yeah, I mean, obviously the 2AR, I think, sort of fits the car in its own way. The 2GR was really cool because it was like kind of gave it that like supercar kind of sound, but I feel like the chassis isn't set up as like a supercar or whatever, so it was kind of like a imitation or something. But you know, maybe I'm just coping right now. So yeah, the 2AR obviously is gonna, I mean, it'll look more OEM, I guess, especially with the stock airbox and all that stuff, which is kind of a goal for this car, is to kind of make it as if what Toyota would have put out, or maybe even Lexus or whatever, in 2023 or whatever. But maybe that's a extravagant goal or whatever. But yeah, part of the bar stuff, I have to get the evap system hooked up, and that is probably going to be the crux of this, because part of the rule set for this pre-OBD1 cars or pre-OBD2 cars, like OBD1 cars, you can retain the stock evap system, although it still has to be functional. And part of the 2AR evap system is that you have the charcoal canister that has like the pressure sensors and everything like that. And so you basically have to kind of run like a TC evap system, kind of like grafted onto a SW20 evap system. So that might be a little tricky. Maybe it won't be. I mean, this hose right there is the purge line. Oh, is it the purge line? No. I think that goes to the charcoal canister, and then the charcoal canister will go into the motor or something like that. I forget the diagrams. But theoretically, I can just take this hose, put it in the charcoal canister, put the charcoal canister into the purge valve solenoid, and it should be good. But I'm sure there'll be issues that arise with that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this all happened pretty quick. So I'm kind of trying to think of what else to talk about. Really, I mean, the goal obviously is to get this thing barred, but it would. The side goal, I guess, is also to try and make this thing like as clean as possible. Like I will be shaving the valve cover and all that stuff, and trying to keep it as clean as possible but as legal as possible. And I think that if I can nail those two together, that would probably be pretty freaking sweet. Because obviously they would pretty much treat the car as like a Scion TC and like smog and stuff, and so it would just be like a stock car, but like a stupid clean one, which would be really, really, really fucking cool. So, yeah. What else is there? I mean, yeah, this thing's kind of ready to go. I'm waiting on the ECU to come in, and the motor mount from Frankenstein Motor Works. I'm sure you guys have heard of him if you've been following this 2GR stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I have to tear out these bulkheads. I got some new bulkheads. Like I said, I'll be making a whole new wiring harness. I have to get to planning for that. I have that bar appointment stuff, I think in like 30 minutes actually. So I will need to get my notes or whatever ready for that if I need to take any. So yeah, 2AR. I think this is like episode 1, or I don't know what I'm calling it. I might call it like bar or bust, or 2A bar or something like that. Those have been the joke names I've been throwing around. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I know that not that many people have put 2ARs and SW20s, although I know it's been done at least a few times. So you know, I'm not pioneering the 2AR swap, but I think I am sort of pioneering the bar swap stuff. I know someone else is working on it, and the race is on, sir, if you're watching this. No, not too serious about it, but it would be cool to be the first. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully it's a cool little update thing. Hopefully y'all are excited for it as I am. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.